among the adepts, for the servants of the star and the snake. Fitful flights of slumber, rest in tatters, in a sleeping space sealed tight, like a shield for water's biting patter. Tidal sheets plaster dribbling panes, hours pace in drenched darkness. I place the pillow over my face, peeking glimpses of tossed twigs and a whistling, ripping of winds. The grateful green drains its drink, while in my cell it is strikingly still, broken only by the creak of mattress bedding and the quacking click of the radiator cracking. The waking spells shorten as midnight arrives, and into strange slumbers my awareness dives, passing by way of dreaming, dread astral gulfs to a haunted hermetic Victorian house, eidolon of my wayward urban wanderlust, a journeyman after freedom's arts, presenting myself at this lodge hall of visionaries, sagging under a decrepitude of history and decadence of troubled legacy, glorious in contour, busted in the works. Granite gargoyles guard the gate, bringing on the right, the left groans. Flags drape the bannered guts of checkerboard ceremonial chambers, glimmering by candelabrum sheen. Emblems of our illustrious invisible college, treading the boards, loquacious, a riotous herd of comrades, processes. All the faces of friends and foes, indefatigable allies mixed with craven plops, joined in a freemasonry of friendship, entered, passed, and raised for a shared sacrament of agate. The guests mingled with their drinks, while getting robbed blind by strike-breaking thinks. Our pink slips posted by treasonous ownership, the hermetic hall collapsed with a gasp, like the melancholy house of Usher. Amidst the settling ruins, the falcon's fist rises, above the rubble of past traditions in crisis. The infant phoenix pushes ashes aside, beyond the inward propriety of private clubs. Society is the forward strategy. Founding gardens of creative cooperation, projecting towards the horizon's infinite dare. Then all these images faded away, while lingering on in a secret way, duly tiled within the bounds of this revolt that surrounds, neither ended nor begun, always resurrected with the sun.
לך, הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך הממלכה, והמתנשא לכל לראש, מעולם ועד עולם. Amen. Yahweh. Adonai. Ehye. Agala'a, אתה גיבור לעולם, אדוני. מלפני גבריאל, ומאחורי רפאל, מימיני מיכאל, ומשמאלי אוריאל. בראשי בוער חותם שלמה, ובעמוד ניצב מגן דוד שכינת אל. לך הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך הממלכה והמתנשא לכל לראש, מעולם ועד עולם. אמן.
Do what thou wilt to be the whole of the law. I proclaim the law, light, life, love, and liberty, in the name. Eo.
Love is the law, love and the will.
I believe
In one secret and ineffable Lord,
and in one star in the company of stars, of whose fire we are created, and to which we shall return.
and in one Father of life,
mystery of mystery,
in his name Chaos, the sole vice-regent of the sun upon the earth, and in one air, the nourisher of all that breathes. And I believe in one earth, the mother of us all, and in one womb, wherein all men are begotten, and wherein they shall rest.
mystery of mystery,
In her name, Babalon. And I believe in the serpent and the lion,
mystery of mystery, in his name Baphomet.
And I believe in one Gnostic and Catholic Church of light, life, love, and liberty,
the
the
word
word
of whose law is
Thelemic.
and I believe in the communion of saints. And forasmuch as meat and drink are transmuted in us daily into spiritual substance, I believe in the miracle of the Mass. And I confess one baptism of wisdom, whereby we accomplish the miracle of incarnation. And I confess my life one, individual, and eternal, that was and is to come.
say unto you, arise in the name our Lord the Son, and of our Lord, that thou mayest administer the virtues unto the baby.
I am man among men. How should I be worthy to administer the virtues unto the dead?
Let the salt of earth admonish the water to bear the virtue graciously. Mother, be thou adored. Be the priest, pure of body and soul. Let the fire and the air make sweet the world. Father, be thou adored. Be the priest, serving body and soul. Be the flame of the sun, thine ambulance, without priest. Be the serpent thy crown, O thou, priest of the Lord. Be the Lord present among us.
So vote it be.
Thee, therefore, whom we adore, we also invoke. By the power of the lifted lance, I, priest and king, take thee, virgin, pure without spot. I have raised thee. I lead thee to the east. I set thee upon the summit of the earth. O circle of stars, whereof our Father is but the younger brother, marvel beyond imagination, soul of infinite space, before whom time is a shame, the mind bewildered, and the understanding dark. Not unto thee may we attain, unless thine image be love. Therefore, by seed and root, and stem and leaf and flower and fruit, we do invoke thee. Then the priest answered and said unto the Queen of Space, kissing her lovely brows in the dew of her light, bathing his whole body in a sweet-smelling perfume of sweat, O Nuit, continuous one of heaven, let it be ever thus that men speak not of thee as one, but as none, since thou art continuous.
But to love me is better than all things. If under the night stars in the desert, thou presently burnest mine incense before me, invoking me with a pure heart and the serpent flame therein, thou shalt come a little to lie in my bosom. For one kiss, wilt thou then be willing to give all? But whoso gives one particle of dust shall lose all. In that hour ye shall gather goods and store of women and spices. You shall wear rich jewels. You shall exceed the nations of the earth in splendor and pride, but always in the love of me. And so shall you come to my joy. I charge you earnestly to come before me in a single robe and covered with a rich headdress. I will you. I yearn to you, pale or purple veiled or voluptuous. I, who am all, pleasure and purple and drunkenness of the innermost sense, desire you. Put on the wings and arouse the coiled splendor within you. Come unto me, to me, to me. Sing the rapturous love song unto me. Burn to me perfume, wear to me jewels, drink to me, for I love you. I love you. I am the blue-lidded daughter of sunset. I am the naked brilliance of the voluptuous night sky. To me, to me.
O secret of secrets that art hidden in the being of all that lives. Not thee do we invoke for that which adorest, not thee do we adore, for that which adorest is also thou. Thou art that, and that am I. I am the flame that burns in every heart of man and in the core of every star. I am life and the giver of life, yet therefore is the knowledge of me the knowledge of death. I am alone. There is no God where I am.
But ye, O my people, rise up and awake. Let the rituals be rightly performed with joy and beauty. There are rituals of the elements and feasts of the times. A feast for the first night of the prophet and his bride. A feast for the 3 days of the writing of the book of the law. A feast for Tahuti and the child of the prophet, secret of prophet. A feast for the supreme ritual, and a feast for the equinox of the gods. Feast for fire, and a feast for water. Feast for life, and a greater feast for death. A feast every day in your hearts, and the joy of my rapture. A feast every night unto new, and the pleasure of uttermost delight.
Thou that art one, our Lord in the universe, the Son, our Lord in ourselves, whose name is Mystery of Mystery. Uttermost being, whose radiance enlightening the world is also that breath that makest every god, even in death, to tremble before thee. By the sign of light, appear thou glorious upon the throne of the Son. Make open the path of creation and of intelligence between us and our minds. Enlighten our understanding, encourage our hearts. Let thy light crystallize itself in our blood, fulfilling us of resurrection. Akadua, tu furbiu, biaa shefu, dudunerafa nuteru.
There is no law beyond. Do what thou wilt.
Yo, sabeo, curie abersax, curie mithras, curie fale, pan, iskeros, thanatos, abratos, Kyrie fale, Kyrie pomphage, Kyrie pon genitor. Agios, yeo. Something tissue from the bathroom so I can blow my nose.
Lord, visible and sensible, whom this earth is but a frozen spark, turning about thee with annual and diurnal motion, source of light, source of life, let thy perpetual radiance hearten us to continual labor and enjoyment, so that as we are constant partakers of thy bounty, we may in our particular order give out light and life, sustenance and joy to them that revolve about us without diminution of substance or effulgence forever.
So mote it be.
Lord, secret and most holy, source of light, source of life, source of love, source of liberty, be thou ever constant and mighty within us, force of energy, fire of motion, with diligence, let us ever labor with thee, that we may remain in thine abundant joy.
So mote it be.
Lady of night, turning ever about us, art now visible and now invisible in thy season. Be thou favorable to hunters and lovers, and to all men that toil upon the earth, and to all mariners upon the sea.
So mote it be.
Giver and receiver of joy, gate of life and love, be thou ever ready, thou and thine handmaid, and thine office of gladness.
So mote it be.
Lord of life and joy, that art the might of man, that art the essence of every true God that is upon the surface of the earth, continuing knowledge from generation unto generation, thou adored of us upon heaths and in woods, on mountains and in caves, openly in the marketplaces and secretly in the chambers of our houses, in temples of gold and ivory and marble, as in these other temples of our bodies. We wordily commemorate them word that did of old adore thee and manifest thy glory unto men, Lao Tzu, Siddhartha, Tahuti, Dionysus, Mohammed, To Megatherion. With these also, Hermes, Pan, Chem, and Mentu, Orpheus, with Virgilius, Catullus, Rabelais, William Blake, Swinburne, and many and holy bodies. Apollonius Tynes, Simon Magus, Manes, Pythagoras, Valentins, Bardesanes, and Hippolytus transmitted the light of the Gnosis to us, their successors and their heirs. And with these also, Jacobus, Burgundus, Molensis the Martyr, Christian Rosenkreutz, Roderick Borgia, Pope Alexander VI, Jacob Böhme, Sir Edward Kelly, Alphonse, Louis, Constant, Dr. Theodore Weiss, Michael Dior, Fred Rogers, also known as Mr. Rogers, who found his place in the Eon of the Crown of Conquering Child, and great Louis McMurtry, and Sir Alistair Crowley. O sons of the Lion and the Snake, with all thy saints, we worthily commemorate them worthy that were and are to come. May the essence be here, present, potent, puissant, and paternal, to perfect this feast.
So mote it be.
Mother of fertility, on whose breast lieth water, whose cheek is caressed by air, and in whose heart is the sun's fire, womb of all life. The current grace of seasons, answer favorably the prayer of labor, and to pastors and husbandmen be thou propitious.
So mote it be.
Mysterious energy triform, mysterious matter, and fourfold and sevenfold division, the interplay of which things weaves the dance of the veil of life upon the face of the spirit. Let there be harmony and beauty in your mystic loves, that in us may be health and wealth and strength and divine pleasure according to the law of liberty. Let each pursue his will as a strong man that rejoiceth in his way, as the course of a star that blazeth forever among the joyous company of heaven.
So mote it be.
Be the hour auspicious, and the gate of life open in peace and in well-being, so that she that beareth children may rejoice, and the babe catch life with both hands.
So mote it be.
Upon all that this day unite with love under will, let fall success. May strength and skill unite to bring forth ecstasy, and beauty answer beauty.
So mote it be.
Term of all that liveth, whose name is inscrutable, be favorable unto us in thine hour.
So mote it be.
So I ring the bell for the warrior John Lewis, for Reverend Cordy C.T. Vivian. There was a fellow murdered by the police, Sean Ruiz, in Eaton County, Michigan. And there have been some murdered trans women of color. Rayla Stone from Little Rock, Arkansas. Rhea McCarty, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Tatiana Hall, Irvington, New Jersey. Shaki Peters, Emmett City, Louisiana.
Yes.
Bree Black, Pompano Beach, Florida. Marilyn Cazares, Brawley, California. As we wrap up the collects, let me send power to the people of Portland and the protesters there, and confusion to the surreptitious forces and agents operating in the shadows. Unto them, from whose eyes the veil of life hath fallen, may there be granted the accomplishment of their true will, whether they will absorption in the infinite, or to be united with their chosen and preferred, or to be in contemplation, or to be at peace, or to achieve the labor and heroism of incarnation on this planet or another, or in any star or aught else. Unto them may there be granted the accomplishment of their wills, yea, the accomplishment of their wills. thee.
Life of man upon earth, fruit of labor, sustenance of endeavor. Thus be thou nourishment of the spirit. By the virtue of the rod, be this bread the body of God. Toto estito somum. Vehicle the joy of man upon earth, solace of labor, inspiration of endeavor. Thus be thou ecstasy of the spirit. By the virtue of the rod, be this wine the blood of God. Toto estito paterion to hymatos. For this is the covenant of resurrection. Accept, O Lord, this sacrifice of life and joy, true warrants of the covenant of resurrection. Let this offering be borne upon waves of ether to our Lord and Father, the Son, that travellest over the heavens in his name. Amen. Hear ye all, saints of the true church of old time, now essentially present, that of ye we claim heirship, with ye we claim communion, and from ye we claim benediction, in the name of Yeo. Hagios, 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 Yeo. Thou that art I beyond all that I am, that hast no nature and no name, who art when all but thou art gone, thou centre and secret of the sun, that hidden spring of all things known and unknown, thou aloof, alone, thou the true fire within the reed, brooding and breeding, source and seed of life, love, liberty, and light, thou beyond speech and beyond sight. Thee I invoke, my faint, fresh fire kindling, as mine intensest fire. Thee I invoke, abiding one, thou centre and secret of the sun, and of that most holy mystery of which the vehicle are we. Appear most awful and most mild, as it is lawful in my child.
For of the Father and the Son, the Holy Spirit is the one. Male, female, quintessential one. Man being veiled in woman form, glory and worship in the highest, thou dove mankind that deifiest, being that race most royally run, to spring sunshine through winter storm. Glory and worship be to thee, sap of the world ash wonder tree. Glory to thee from gilded tomb.
Glory to thee from waking womb.
Glory to thee from earth unplowed.
Glory to thee from virgin vow.
Glory to thee, true unity of the eternal Trinity.
Glory to thee, thou sire and dam and self of I am that I am.
Glory to thee beyond all term, thy spring of sperm, thy seed and germ.
Glory to thee, eternal Son, thou one and three, thou three in one.
Glory and worship unto thee, sap of the world ash wonder tree.
Lord most secret, bless this spiritual food unto our bodies, bestowing upon us health and wealth and strength and peace and joy, and that fulfillment of will and of love under will, that is perpetual happiness. Toto estito spermamor, for pater est in huias diopto pneuma hagium. O lion and O serpent that destroy the destroyer, be mighty among us. O lion and O serpent that destroy the destroyer, be mighty among us. O lion and O serpent that destroy the destroyer, be mighty among us. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
Love is the law, love under will.
In my mouth be the essence, the life of the sun. In my mouth be the essence of the joy of the earth. There is no part of me that is not of the gods.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
no part of me that is not of the gods.
Oh yeas, oh yeas, oh yeas. There is no part of me that is not of God. Oh yeas, oh yeas, oh yeas. There's no part of me that is not of God. Oh yeas, oh yeas, oh yeas. The Lord bless you. The Lord enlighten your minds, comfort your hearts, and sustain your bodies. The Lord bring you to the accomplishment of your true will, the great work, the summum bonum, true wisdom, and perfect happiness.